Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 20 online game. Today we have a potential Super Bowl preview on our hands. The San Francisco 49ers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, at this point of the NFL season, both the Niners and the Chiefs have a 50% chance of making it to the Super Bowl. It's whether you win that conference championship game. The 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers, meanwhile the Chiefs taking on Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans. Both of these games are going to be rematches of games that happened in the regular season in the NFL, so it'll be interesting to see how both of these teams adjust. In my heart, I feel like this is going to be the Super Bowl matchup we see in a couple of weeks, 49ers versus Chiefs. I feel like the Chiefs, especially since Mahomes came back from his midseason injury, have been on a roll that not even a 24-0 lead can stop them from continuing to take teams down. The way they came back against the Texans, the way they came back so quickly against the Texans, really speaks to the offensive firepower that this Chiefs team has, and I'm not sure that the Tennessee Titans can contain them. And you know, relying on Derrick Henry has done the Titans wonders, and relying on great defensive game plans have done them wonders, but I don't know, I feel like in my heart that the Chiefs pulled the game out. Meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers, I feel like have been the best team in the NFL all season long, which is crazy to think that they were so close to not getting a first-round bye. It came down to a last-second win against the Seahawks in Week 17 just to win their division, but they took care of business last week against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, and I feel like they will beat the Packers again like they did in the regular season. Probably going to be a closer game. There were a couple of things that didn't go to Packers' way in that regular season matchup, but I feel like the 49ers have been from top to bottom the best 53-man roster, especially now that the Ravens are out this season. So otherwise, I got no Super Bowl prediction as far as who would win between 49ers and Chiefs. We'll save that for if it happens, but that's my opinion. Let me know who you guys think will make the Super Bowl in the comment section below, who you guys got as a Super Bowl matchup. Like I said, I got Niners versus Chiefs. We'll see how that goes. Today's game that you guys are watching, this was just a random online rank match. This game was played a little bit ago. I was actually recording this game trying to get Nick Bosa his X Factor ability of unstoppable force, and I was not having much great success at getting Nick Bosa this X Factor going, especially since Mahomes has the ability to leave the pocket and has that cannon of an arm. It's hard to get 3 sacks with one single player against Patrick Mahomes, but we're trying to do it right now, though we are on the offensive end, so Nick Bosa is doing absolutely nothing to help his cause. Jimmy Garoppolo buying time, a lot of time, and eventually is able to find Kendrick Bourne juking for the touchdown. And that's one of the things I love about the San Francisco 49ers, is that there's not many superstars on this team besides, George Kittle or Richard Sherman, and, maybe like 2 or 3 more names you could think of. But it's just a great roster, and it's a well-managed roster. They put the right guys in position to make the right plays, whether it's Kendrick Bourne or it's Deebo Samuels or it's Emmanuel Sanders, who they traded for. On the defensive end, they got probably the best defensive line in the NFL between Buckner and Bosa and D Ford. D Ford has been pretty good this season, ended up being a pretty good trade for them, and obviously Nick Bosa at the number 2 pick has been phenomenal for them so far, to say the least. Meanwhile, the Chiefs, they just have so many weapons on offense, man. You got to worry about the speed of Hill, the speed of Hardman. Travis Kelce almost demands a double team. Like, you saw the Titans, poor Titans, they did everything they could to try to stop Kelce. They switched up the matchup so many times, switched up the scheme, and Kelce was just killing them all day long. And that's what I think makes, these teams not just, obviously the stars, Patrick Mahomes or George Kittle or something like that, but just great rosters overall. And then on the defensive end for the Chiefs, man, that secondary's been balling this year, especially the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger hasn't exactly been, that elite corner that we remember from the Arizona Cardinals the year they went to the NFC Championship game. Of course, the Honey Badger got injured in that season, and, it's taken him a while to get his legs back. But now, especially the way Steve Spagnuolo and the Kansas City Chiefs have been using the Honey Badger in the defensive end, really playing to his skill set, just allowing him to free roam and blitz whenever, definitely, and plus he's been covering top receivers out there. It's so much cool. It's so cool to see what Tyrann Mathieu has been able to do for the Chiefs this season. And along with that, they got guys like Ward in that secondary. Juan Thornhill was great for them before he got injured, and then defensive line-wise, they got Frank Clark. They got Terrell Suggs now, so we run a little bit of Wildcat to end the half. They have Chris Jones, who was hurt last week. Hopefully, he's able to play this week against the Tennessee Titans. They definitely need him to try to stop Derrick Henry, because in that regular season matchup between the Titans and the Chiefs, that the Titans probably should not have won, but did win. A lot of things went wrong for the Chiefs in the last couple of minutes of that game when they had every opportunity possible to put the game away. But still, Derrick Henry was going off in that game, and Ryan Tannehill did clutch out that dub. So, I feel like, last year's championship games are going to be hard to top. This is a beautiful pass from Jimmy Garoppolo. Touch pass, hitting Kittle, away from Darren Lee. Get the first down and a lot more. So, yeah, I don't know. Last season's championship games are going to be top because those were two classics. But I feel like especially, the fact that these two teams both played against each other, adds to the intrigue of the game and gives both teams, a chance to really game plan for this one. And I feel like we have two good games on our hand, especially like the way both of these teams play, right? Like the 49ers, unless they really get their ground game going, are not exactly going to blow a team out. Like even if it felt like the Vikings were mismatched last week, the game was still close for a while, mainly until Kirk Cousins threw that interception to Sherman. Then I was like, okay. And then, the Tennessee Titans, they just ground and pound out there, right? Like with Derrick Henry and that kind of game plan, you got to hang on for the full 60 minutes. Then you got like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers who can, put up points in any given time, though. This year, the Green Bay Packers haven't exactly been that lightning-like offense that we know, but with Devontae Adams healthy, man, that Packers offense really is something hard to contain, mainly because of the balance they have between passing the ball with Aaron Rodgers, and running the ball with Aaron Jones, who has been phenomenal this season for them. And the Packers, if they can find that balance against the San Francisco 49ers, just have that decent amount of balance where Rodgers isn't trying to do too much improvising, the way almost like, not comparing Rodgers to Lamar Jackson, but the way Lamar Jackson was improvising out there, then you really have a chance against the 49ers because you can keep the game close and see if Aaron can win you the game and rely on a pretty stout defense. So now let's focus on the actual Madden game going on right now, because we have this game, pretty secure now that we get the interception with Jimmy Ward. We're going to have the ball at the start of the fourth quarter, up 18 points. Nick Bosa, though, still doesn't have his 3 sacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punt the ball on first down to my opponent, because I want Nick Bosa back on the field immediately. I believe he has 1 out of 3 sacks. We need him to get a couple of more. Unfortunately, the matchup here wasn't really working out too well. He's going against Mitchell Schwartz, who has some nice superstar abilities, as we lateraled the ball a couple of times after getting the interception immediately after we punted the ball to my opponent. And even though we're at our 14-yard line in the red zone, a chance to kick a field goal, I'm still going to punt this guy the ball. I don't know. I could have kicked the field goal there, but I was like, you know what, man? We literally just punted the ball. Why not? Let's punt this ball again. Let's bring Nick Bosa back on the field. But now my opponents run the ball with Shady McCoy. I'm like, come on, man. Keep a tally on how many times we punt the ball in the fourth quarter, even though I probably already did that for you in the title of the video. But let's keep the tally going anyway. So Tyreek Hill is going to get a catch here, and my opponent is threatening to get back into this game. He's been given a couple of extra chances, and Sammy Watkins, look at him spin, look at him go all the way to the 8-yard line. Mahomes is over 300-yard passing, even though he has 4 interceptions. 1 touchdown here makes things interesting, and the 2-point conversion to make it a 10-point game. A good call here, especially if you can get it, which... Oh, was that in? Oh, wow. They call Kelsey, or at least the ball in Kelsey's hands, on the plane, give him the 2-point conversion, and now you're thinking, all right, we probably shouldn't be punting the ball because we're going to jeopardize our chances of winning the game. No, we're not here to win the game. I'm trying to get Nick Bosa his X Factor. That was all I played this game for. I just wanted to get Nick Bosa his X Factor. I didn't care about playing with the 49ers. So we punt the ball again for the 3rd time, even though my opponent just scored, and another quick score here can really make this game interesting. And my opponent, he is thriving on the opportunity. He's calling no huddle. He's still sticking with the ground game. He's pushing to get back into this game, and he's rollout cheesing with Patrick Mahomes, trying to use that dashing dead eye and escape artist and no look. All the great values that you get with using Patrick Mahomes. Unfortunately there, he gets intercepted. He puts his hands in the cookie jar. Good news for him though. We are still in the giving mood. Punt number 4 of the 4th quarter. You don't punt 4 times in the 4th quarter with a lead on 1st down and really expect to win the game, especially against someone like this who's, trying to move the ball with Mahomes, who scored a couple of times in this game, really out here trying to do his thing, calling hurry up every single rip. He's not giving up. He knows that he still has a chance as long as we continue to punt the ball every single time. Out the 2-minute warning, I mean, even a field goal here, not a bad call for him, but he's not going to get a field goal nor a touchdown on this drive. Instead, it's intercepted by Greenlaw. 2nd one, I believe, for Greenlaw. And punt number 5. Wisnowski has been busy in the 4th quarter because Patrick Mahomes has made him a busy man. We still want Nick Bosa in the zone more than we want to win this game. And that's going to be a nice or punt return by Tyreek Hill. And surely, at some point he's got to score. Out of the 5 punts we've given him, he has scored once. This is punt number 5. This is opportunity number 5, and no, it's not going to be a score. It's going to be intercepted yet again. He has pinned us at our 1-yard line, which makes this punt a bit dramatic if we can get it out of our own end zone, which we do. But the ball is in bounds for Tyreek Hill after punt number 6. Number 6 of the 4th quarter. This guy, I don't know what his emotions got to be, but he seems to be pretty locked in. He seems to be pretty unfazed at the fact that we are basically taunting him in his face. He is spiking the ball here. He is maintaining all of his timeouts. He's doing whatever he can to get in the end zone as quickly as possible and praying that, he either gets an onside or that we punt the ball to him again. And we're probably going to punt the ball to him again. He gets the touchdown with Tyreek Hill. 21 seconds left. Still has all 3 of his timeouts. But even though you have all your timeouts, you got to onside kick the ball at this point because those timeouts, we can still chew up a couple of seconds. Even though, we might punt the ball. So onside kick is recovered by Deebo Samuels. And now you're thinking, no, don't jeopardize the game. Don't jeopardize the game, man. Oh, we're going to do it. Punt number 7 by Wisnowski. It's going to go easily for a touchback, but Tyreek is going to try to return this ball. Tyreek with 99 speed. Why not? Well, that's why. Valuable seconds lost. Now only 9 seconds left in the game, and at this point, either a downfield shot and call a timeout, or you just got to go end zone, go touchdown, and you definitely want to go downfield to Tyreek Hill, but it's going to be intercepted by Williams. Now, I would have loved to punt the ball 8 times, but on the final play, we score a touchdown. I easily could have punted this ball on the PAT to really rub it in this guy's face, but I kind of felt bad that, I was basically, like I said, taunting him in his face by punting the ball on 1st down. So I need the ball. I show some respect out there, even though we ran that in for a last-second touchdown. Part of me wanted to get down so I could punt the ball at 1 second left, just so we could have 8 punts instead of 7, just to make it sound cooler. But, we scored a touchdown. It's not really that big of a deal. The main thing is we didn't get Nick Bosa in the damn zone. We gave Nick Bosa all of these opportunities, and I don't think he got a single sack in the 4th quarter. So, yeah, so this game gets glitched out after this. Like, the guy called a timeout after the final play, and for some reason, this glitches out the menu in Madden. You don't get to go to the post game. You have to dashboard. You still get credited the win, but this happened. So, shout out to EA for this great new feature in the game. And on that note, we'll end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed what you guys saw. Subscribe for more Madden 20 gameplays. Probably not like this, but, actual games. And I'll catch you guys today. I'll catch you guys next time.